So, the Hyundai Creta sucks. That's a statement you won't be hearing from me today because it's actually a decent car. Hear me out. I know it has a lot to prove, especially that it's new to the market and is facing stiff competition from the likes of the MG ZS, Ford Territory, and even the Geely Coolray. But let's test it out today with a quick test drive. So when you're driving the Hyundai Creta, you'll realize that it's fairly quick on its feet until 60 kilometers per hour. If you push it to 100, then it takes its sweet time. But that does come with a bit of benefit, which is its fuel economy. In the city, like where we are now, you can get between 7 to 12 kilometers per liter depending on the driving conditions. But on the highway is where the Hyundai Creta really shines because it can do 20 to around 24. Now, this is an outlier here, but we were actually able to get 25.9 kilometers to the liter on a 9.3 kilometer long drive on the highway. So that's really impressive. So in terms of comfort, noise, vibration, and harshness is actually pretty decent because wind noise only comes in at around 80 kilometers per hour on the highway. But other than that, it's, well, pretty quiet most of the time. Engine noise is kept to the minimum. And the suspension is actually pretty good. You can keep bumps, well, harsher bumps at bay. And my mom actually was able to design a poster in the back while I was driving on the highway. So that's something. So overall, the Creta delivers a smooth and pliant ride with linear power. There's really not much to complain about since it's a sensible car to get. Now that we've driven the Creta around, let's look at its exterior. Up front, well, we get a similar design language, or the brand's more modern design language, which is similar to the Hyundai Tucson with its tough look and sporty appeal. You can even see it in its layered LED daytime running lights and angular grille as well. Oh, and in case you're wondering, these are actually the headlights down here. They're also LEDs, by the way. So on the side, well, the Hyundai Creta is kind of plain. However, you do get these nice 17-inch alloy wheels wrapped in 215/60 series tires, blacked out side mirrors, chrome door handles, and these blacked out A-pillars, which makes the car look like it has a floating roofline. It's pretty good, but again, it's kind of overdone. At the back is where the Hyundai Creta really stands out because of these, its LED taillights. Now, we're gonna insert a B-roll somewhere here, but at night, it looks like the letter J, like me, Joey, and it helps the car stand out in a sea of, well, SUVs and crossovers. Unlike the side, however, where it's plain, the tailgate has a lot of creases and angles, which really helps the car stand out, especially with this, the Creta name spelled out at the back. Now, if you were wondering where the reverse lights are, well, they're down here, and they're halogen bulbs. So, since we're at the back, let's look at the trunk. You are looking at 450 liters of space with the second row up. But with the second row down, like it is now, you're looking at about 1,000-something liters of space. That's enough for maybe 2 VJs and 1 Mark to all squeeze together in the back. So the interior of the Hyundai Creta got me a little bit hungry because of its black and caramel theme. It kind of reminds me of a fudgy bar. So just like a fudgy bar, it comes in 2 layers of foam. The first layer is soft, while the second layer is firm, which gives you a little bit more support when you're sitting down. So in terms of toys back here in the second row, well, there's really not a lot. You do get these air vents and this one charging port, and of course, cup holders here. Entering the Hyundai Creta, and you are greeted by the same fudgy bar color scheme, except you do get more, well, shiny black plastics here and scratchy black plastics here and on the dashboard as well. It leans more towards the durable side, which is a nice way of saying it's kind of cheap, but at least you'll know it'll last the entire lifetime of the car. So, once you start the Hyundai Creta, you are greeted by this, a 10.25-inch display, which is your digital gauge cluster. Now, to the right of it, you do get an 8-inch infotainment system that has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capabilities. So, overall, the interior of the Hyundai Creta feels well built, but built to a price. Let me explain. Hyundai Philippines is trying to keep this car competitive, which is understandable with the use of its scratchy plastics. But it does so with well execution of, well, use of materials, and the feel is actually pretty good as well. Oh yeah, before I forget, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and to like us on Facebook and to follow us on Instagram and TikTok as well.